Hello and welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to Saturday's edition of the dceu Daily. Oh, what a morning I've had. You don't want to know. There's someone screaming at their screen right now saying, no, we don't want to know. Just get on with it. Don't you just hate it when YouTubers make abundant of excuses why they ain't done a video for ages? We don't bloody care. Just get on with it. So I want to thank Scott Edwards for basically tagging me in a really important article about Patty Jenkins talking about her, that's the word I'm looking for, Amazonian spin-off that her and Jeff Johns have written, linking in straight into Wonder Woman 3. So I'll be reading that in a moment. And also he's asked me a question as well about Batwoman spinning off and, crossing over with Superman and Lois as well. And if you're fed up of hearing me, go on about Scott Edwards' suggestions, you know what you can do about it? You can tag me on Twitter at MoviesTVMad, and you can make your own suggestions for topics, videos, and articles. So here we go. You probably didn't understand the word I've said. I'm babbling, Anyway, Wonder Woman's Amazon spin-off sets up the DC hero's third solo film. Wonder Woman 84 director and co-writer Patty Jenkins revealed how the planned Amazon spin-off will help set up Wonder Woman 3 by Colin Hickson. Although Wonder Woman 84 doesn't arrive until Christmas, the film's director and co-writer Patty Jenkins recently shared some information regarding how the planned Amazon spin-off will help set up Wonder Woman 3. I think it's great that she's already developing all of this, by the way. While speaking to Geek magazine, Jenkins said the spin-off would pick up after Diana left Themyscira to help fight in World War I during 2017's Wonder Woman. Wow! And would also have elements that tie into Wonder Woman 1984 and the third solo film. This is very exciting. So this is from Patty. This is a story that Jeff Johns and I came up with and then introduced to Warner Brothers. Jenkins stated, the events of this story take place after Diana leaves Themyscira, the island of the Amazons, and there are some twists and turns linked to what will happen between Wonder Woman 1984 and Wonder Woman 3. The production of the project has not yet officially started, but I hope we get it because I love this story. Yes, I hope you get it as well. So I think at the moment it probably hasn't been officially greenlit. I hope it does because this is a great plan. Now, because Jeff Johns is involved, this is a bit icky. Icky? Do you remember they used that word in Friends? Anyway, because of this investigation that Warner Media and Ray Fisher have launched, we already have seen that Joss Whedon has been removed from his own project over on HBO. So we don't know what's going to happen to Jeff Johns once this investigation gets to his part of it. Prediction? I think he'll make a statement of an apology. Probably Ray Fisher will say it's not good enough, but sorry, Ray, that's all you're going to get. The Amazon spin-off film and Wonder Woman 3 currently do not have announced release dates. Jenkins also recently announced that she would leave the Wonder Woman franchise after the third film and revealed a possible animated series based on the first two movies could be on the way. Right, can I just reiterate this? Patty has never said she's leaving after Wonder Woman 3, but she did state about an Amazonian Wonder Woman adventure, which would be really exciting. I don't expect her to leave DC anytime soon. Why would she? Anyway, unless, these projects don't work out. If Wonder Woman 84 doesn't hit the audience the way we're hoping it does, I think it will. Directed and co-written by Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman 84 stars Gal Gadot, blah, 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 blah. But yes, thank you for that, Scott. So basically, she's been talking about this Wonder Woman universe that her and Jeff Johns have been plotting out. So he co-wrote Wonder Woman 84 with Patty, and they both came up with this Amazonian spin-off, which I'm really, really excited about. Now, with things, let me get my words out. The way things are right now in the world with the pandemic, we really don't know where the Amazonian spin-off would go. I'm predicting HBO Max, by the way, and not movie theatres, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, if you can get Wonder Woman 84 out in as many theatres as possible, as they're doing, in December all over the world, including America. And I know it's going to be on HBO Max, but it's also going to be in movie theatres that are open. I think New York, you're not going to see Wonder Woman 84 in New York, but I think many places in America will reopen theatres. There was this thing I was reading about Germany not reopening theatres to December the 23rd. Makes no difference seeing that the film will only start its run once theatres in Germany will open as well. In Germany, it's all worked out really well. But you can see what a genius Patty Jenkins is, can't you? The way she's plotted out this universe with Jeff Johns. And as I say, I know all of you see red when you hear the name Jeff Johns. You're just going to have to live with it. As I say, I'm not going to look, I've made a prediction about what's going to happen to Jeff. I think even this investigation will find it very difficult to find substantial dirt on Jeff Johns. You know, this thing where he went up to Ray Fisher and said, oh, you know, get with the picture, or, you know, we'll find someone else who can do the job. You know, when someone's your boss, they can say that. I'm sorry to kind of let you in. It's not some massive a red card that can be used against Jeff Johns. But yes, I'm very excited for everyone to see Wonder Woman 84 because I think Patty and Jeff have done a tremendous job with that film. And I look forward to their Wonder Woman 3 and their Amazonian spin-offs. Comment down below, what kind of hopes and dreams do you have for the Amazonian spin-offs and Wonder Woman 3? I have higher hopes, especially after seeing Wonder Woman 84. And now knowing, and it's pretty obvious that that film is just the beginning. It does do some interesting things. So, as I say, I'm really, really excited for you to see Wonder Woman 84. You are going to love it. And here's Scott Edwards' question. Movies TV Mad, at Movies TV Mad. Here's a cool question. Even if you do say so yourself, Scott, as you're asking the question, I'm joking. What kind of story do you want to see from the Superman and Batman crossover? Sorry, Superman and Batwoman crossover next season. That got you excited, didn't it? How do you think they should integrate the new Batwoman, Ryan Wilder, into interacting with Superman and Lois and possibly the other heroes? Well, it's pretty obvious how you interact Batwoman and Lois Lane, because Batwoman and Lois Lane are both heroes. They're both human beings. They don't have any powers. And Ryan Wilder comes from an interesting background. She was a criminal, and now she's decided to clean up Gotham City and pick up from where Ruby Rose's character left off. So there's a lot for them to bond over. So I can see them becoming really good friends, by the way, and maybe they will do some fighting of criminals themselves, or maybe Lois will help Ryan investigate something or someone. There's going to have to be a definitive reason, and I'm assuming if she's crossing over with Superman and Lois, she's coming to Smallville or Metropolis. So let's just say maybe she's looking for Lois Lane to help her with some investigative reporting, or she needs Superman's help, or maybe she stays at the Kent farm for a little bit. So I think you could see some cozy interactions, and I think it will be great to see this great bond between Clark and Ryan Wilder as well, because we don't know Ryan. We haven't met her yet, so we don't know what kind of character she's going to be. So that's how I foresee that there'll be some bonds of friendship between Lois and Ryan, and Batwoman and Superman standing together to fight whatever threat she's come to Smallville to fight. And so I'm very interested in that crossover. And to be blatantly honest, I think it's the only crossover Arrowverse fans are going to get in 2021. Yes, the pandemic has ruined entertainment a lot, and it's very difficult. You may get a mini kind of Arrowverse crossover. I think Arrowverse right now are in the same situation as the MCU. As the MCU lost Iron Man, the Arrowverse lost Oliver Queen, a.k.a. Green Arrow. And, that's very important. He was the leader. He was everything to that franchise. And to not have him there, and to not have him there, as part of the crossovers, for me, is very problematic. It's like not having Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. He was everything to that franchise. So they've really got to find other people. Now, obviously, Superman could be that leader. But being the CW, I think they're going to want a female superhero to be the leader of this newly formed Justice League. But yeah, I definitely feel that Superman and Batwoman can really bond in the crossover. And I can see Batwoman and Lois Lane really, cementing a really good friendship. I think it will be, is it one episode she's crossing over or two? I'm not quite sure, Scott, but I can see that working out really well. And I think because we do not know the character of Ryan Wilder. Is that her name, Ryan Wilder? Let's have a look. Ryan Wilder. Her name's Ryan. Of course, there are women out there called Ryan. It's not a big deal. I had to make sure. We can get to know her a little bit. Now, I'm not quite sure for the air date for Batwoman. Is that happening in the fall? Didn't they say that all the Arrowverse stuff doesn't premiere till next season? I think Supergirl may... Yeah, where are we now? Oh, yeah. There's no fall shows, is there, this year? Because we've missed fall anyway. So, yeah, all next year for Arrowverse. So I'll be very excited to see how Batwoman, Superman and Lois bond and go after the threat they're obviously going to go after. So very excited about that, Scott. So I was just thinking as I paused this video, what little nuggets can I give you about Wonder Woman 84? Now, no spoilers, of course. I would say that Diana and Wonder Woman is a lot more confident in this film. You certainly feel she's already had an adventure under her belt. This definitely feels like a sequel. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's totally self-contained. It's mostly self-contained, but obviously there are winks and nods to people who have been following the DCEU from the very beginning. Obviously, it's 1984, and so she hasn't met Bruce Wayne yet. She hasn't met Clark Kent yet. She hasn't had her adventures with the Justice League yet. And so, there's some interesting kind of situations with that. This is a Diana continuing her story from Wonder Woman 2017. But I would say that one of the most special things for me, and I think I explained this when I kind of did a little non-spoilery reaction to Wonder Woman 84, it really is the friendship she has with Cheetah, Barbara Manova. Yeah, I think that really is the heart of the film. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, isn't the heart of the film the continued love story with her and Steve Trevor? Yes and no. For me, I love that, and the chemistry between Gal and what's his bloody name now? I forgot his bloody name. The guy who plays Steve Trevor, who plays Captain Kirk, one of my favourite actors. Chris Pine, that's it. Yeah, the chemistry between those two is really good, as it was in the first film. Chris is really good with igniting good chemistry. We saw it there with Zachary Quinto in the first Star Trek movie. That was beautiful chemistry between the two actors. So that's great. But I think the heart of this film is the relationship between Diana and Barbara. There's an emotional push for these two women who, let's face it, are pretty lonely, because at the beginning of this film, there is no Steve Trevor. And so, Diana is looking to kind of, connect with someone. And Barbara's been alone for a very, very long time. Barbara's a very intelligent woman, but she lacks confidence. And as soon as she meets Diana, she's very, very in awe of her. We've all met that person in life, haven't we? Where we meet them and we become friends, but we're in awe of them. And we kind of sometimes maybe begin to like the things that they like. And we become sheep and followers because we never want to disappoint those people. I can remember a friendship in my life like that. And I don't want to name drop the person because we don't talk anymore. But yeah. And so there's always that person you meet in life that you totally look up to. Unfortunately, those kind of relationships can't last. And because the friendship is kind of started in false parameters, you're never yourself around those people. Well, you are and you are. And so there's this kind of need and wish. She wants to be like Diana. Because Diana is, she's 6 foot. She's beautiful. She's got a pure heart. And the element of this film is the more the friendship gets deeper, the more obsessed that Barbara becomes with her. And she wants to be just like her. Unfortunately, when trying to copy her, she leaves out Diana's heart and compassion. She becomes more and more angry. When you're friends or someone so cool and you wish you had what they had. she becomes bitter towards Diana. And, you know, this is when she makes the wish. And I don't want to go into that spoiler territory. You obviously know she makes a wish. It's part of the synopsis, you know, in the description. We know what happens. And so she goes to Maxwell Lord. She makes this wish, and this is when it turns bad. And it really is one of those classic stories of a friendship going bad. And I think that's great. I really do. I think that's, as I say, it's the heart of the movie. And I really felt the emotion of that. And when you see the breakdown of this friendship, this relationship, it is absolutely heartbreaking. When you see them fighting, you can feel it. Like I felt in Revenge of the Sith when Obi-Wan and Anakin were fighting. That was so heartbreaking. And I think you feel the same thing here. So what Patty and Jeff Johns have done in this movie is set that relationship and that friendship. And what I love about Jeff Johns, there's no one that knows these characters better. It's great. So it's great that I know people have got issues with him, but it's great that he's involved. And he has a knowledge about these characters, which I think is important. And he really does get Barbara Manova, is that her surname? Manova? Anyway, Barbara right in the terms of her being such a lovable, likable person at first. But the more we get to know her, the more jealousy she has for Diana. And it's not that you start to dislike her, but you start to realise how deep this kind of wish to be like Diana is, and it becomes somewhat disturbing. So I would say that relationship is the best element of this film, and the breakdown of that relationship is really, really compelling. And I just thought I'd give you a few nuggets really about Wonder Woman 84, because it's a film I really like. Now, where I would put it in the rest of the DCEU, where I would rank it, I'm not going to tell you yet. What I need to do when it's released is go and see it another handful of times, and then I can decide where you put this film. It's definitely above Birds of Prey. That's not hard for me. As I say, there are people who love Birds of Prey. Respect to you. That's what I mean about the DCEU. It brings in a variety of audiences. So that's important. But we will see. We will see where I rank that, and we will see how you will, see this film, if you like it or not. Of course, there will be, as soon as it's released, I'm not going to wait. As soon as it's released and I've gone to refresh my memory and see it for a second time, I will do a brilliant review where we will discuss all the issues of the film, and the positives, the negatives. I don't want to go into anything right now and how I feel about each individual moment, but we will go into that. Anyway, comment down below, like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter @MoviesTVMad. Tag me with any video suggestions. And I will see you again tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. See you again soon.